Here it comes, CRISPR Roots 33. Are you ready? Am I ready? It don't matter, because here we are. All right, let's talk about two lovely albums. I sort of been, or interesting albums, sort of concept albums this week. Seems like it's been dudes lately. So I'm kind of relieved to throw some women into the mix. We've got Karen Jonas with a fascinating album called The Rise and Fall of American KITSCH. And Layla Tucker, that is Tanya Tucker's daughter, and a collection of songs by Merle Haggard, written by Merle Haggard, titled Hold My Coat. All right. Let's start with Jonas. This is it's a 11 song, 12 song concept album about American consumerism. Very ambitious in a way. It's got a long spoken word song track toward the end, just kind of describing a world buried in plastic junk. All right. And it explores many aspects of American consumerism, the questionable pleasures and the, long-term consequences, and various dimensions. She'll write about the pharmaceutical industry and pills, write about travel agencies, and let's go to Hawaii. Maybe that'll save our marriage. Okay, that's what it's like to be a consumer. Check out this brochure about Hawaii. Let's go to Hawaii and then we can fall in love again. The brochure is a killer, man. And our travel agent says the view from this resort that's painted totally pink is amazing. Stuff like that. Pretty soon, I guess it amounts to a political critique of American consumerism, but it does it with a bunch of charming or interesting songs. To talk about Karen Jonas for a second. This is not someone I knew, but I've been checking her out the last day or two. Fredericksburg, Virginia. No relation to the Jonas Brothers, I believe, as far as I can tell. Probably the internet would have that if there was. I'd say she's got eight, 9 albums of original material. It's kind of varied. She's got a nice album called Country Songs, which is not just a collection of country songs, but it's the title cut is about country songs, about a guy who taught her to love country songs, even though that's not what she was into as a kid. First of all, taught her by just looking so good in them tight fitting jeans, cowboy. And then taught her by breaking her heart, which really will teach you about country music. That's how I learned. Here's a song from Country Songs. This was 2016. She's been around a little while. In her way, she's a veteran. And interesting writer, man. And plus, there's something melodically catchy, I find, about a number of her songs. And this is true of this one, which I particularly kind of just found addictive. The melody, as much as the lyric, which is you're bringing me wine and roses, but I prefer cheap whiskey and dandelions.
No, I don't have money, but I wish I did.
just dig the riff on that. We could go on, but I guess that's not what this one is about. And lovely singer, yes, I think so. Now this is a funky album with a funky kind of cover. Rise and Fall of American Kitsch. Here, I'll just, maybe I'll try this. It's called Bye.
Coffee percolator put. It's an awful lot to carry. Maybe I'll rent a camper. When it comes right down to it, well, I'll probably just stay home. Once I saw a movie about a gorgeous artist. Somehow all her credit cards were paid by handsome men. She bought a little cottage and wallpapered her kitchen. I'm gonna fix my kitchen too, but I can't get out of bed. Now I'm sitting on the sofa, the trucks are on the highway. The fish are in the water and the planes are in the sky. I wanna buy an island, I wanna buy adventure. I want a handsome gentleman, hold me when I cry.
All right, how about that? Maybe it has a certain honesty. And it just, like I say, this all revolves around forms of consumerism that she's in and that she hates. Kind of like our situation, I guess, in a lot of ways. She's got, I had like notes on where to start these things, maybe. How about her song, Plastic Pink Flamingos? All right. So it's, in a way, you know, it's about American kitsch. And so, like, Pink Flamingos is just an example of American kitsch. But what she does is she sets up a character of a woman who creates an army of plastic pink flamingos in her yard. And then this turns out to be emblematic of America in various ways, I guess. Here we got this one. This is the end.
I gotta watch all the trains so we can warn them. I got a shotgun aim so I can guard them. I got motion sensor lights and an alarm. Yeah, I saw some teenagers walking by my yard, man. Keep your hands off of my plastic pink flamingos. My whole front yard jam-packed right full of plastic pink flamingos. Skinny wire legs and boots that leak into your windows. I'll go on my housecoat and be right back outside tomorrow. Keeping watch out with my plastic pink flamingos. I'm marching with my plastic pink flamingos. Keep your hands up on my plastic pink flamingos.
Man, I saw some teenagers out there near my plastic pink flamingos, so I'm going to gear up to shoot them. Because this here's America, you know. Don't fuck with my yard. All right, I guess. You know, maybe there's a socialist message underneath, but there's a lot of good songs as well. And it's not that she doesn't feel the attraction of American consumerism. So there's a song here called Four Cadillacs, which is like, in a way, it's almost, it might be kind of parodic, but it does convey like the ambition of a poor young person to buy Cadillacs for her parents, and then one for herself, and then one for her man, and, you know, her boyfriend. And if she was the kind of person that could buy Cadillacs for everyone, then they would never have to worry about anything ever again. And the Cadillacs become a emblem of that. As I say, like kind of literary explorations of American consumerism. Now, you know, I mean, if you're going to do country music, you're going to have to sing about, you know, three chords in the truth, man. Like, where are we at? Like, what is real life now? Well, here's one that I hadn't really heard before about Our Real Lives now.
Ooh, ship up, ship up, ship up. Ooh, ship up, ship up, ship up. Some people wanna win an argument. Some people wanna be the president. Some people hike to the mountain air, despite the spiders and the snakes and the bears. Seems a little dangerous out there. I got a bottle of wine, I'm going online shopping. Online shopping. Why'd you think I'd wanna leave my bathtub? Have you seen the kind of shit that happens? The world is crazy, but I'm alright. I'm ordering a living room right tonight. Last time I went to a restaurant, I remembered why I'd rather not. The waiter told me to enjoy my food. I looked right at him and said thanks, you too. Now I'm eating takeout in the mood. I got a bottle of wine, I'm going online shopping.
And as you might be able to tell in there, it's extremely well played and stuff, actually. I don't know who's playing on this album, man, but the guitar's good, and she's bluesy. Explore these albums, because I don't know, she's gone in a little bit of a different direction, though. I think like something this kind of conceptual and pointed and novelty might be kind of new for Karen Jonas. But it's a delightful and fascinating album. All right. Do I have a harmonica? I don't really. I've just got the shell of a harmonica. All right, let's talk about Layla Tucker. As soon as I heard the name, my first question was, is she Tanya Tucker's daughter? Then it's kind of struck me as I explored a little bit that she's too young. I mean, just as I saw a picture or something, she's too young to be Tanya Tucker's daughter. How old is Tanya Tucker? Okay. All right, well, Tanya Tucker started as a child star. As a Delta Dawn, I mean, maybe a song before that, when she was a teenager, 13, 14 years old. All right, so she got started early. And she had a daughter in 1999. And that daughter's Layla Tucker. Or Layla DaCosta, I think. Maybe she's used other names. This is interesting to me, just for the hell of it, to me, because, just looking at the stuff, and maybe I knew this once upon a time when I was living in Nashville and thinking about this all the time, this kind of stuff. Tanya Tucker was born in 1958. Me too. Tanya Tucker a little bit had two generations of babies. She had a girl in 99 and a boy in 89 and a boy in 91 and a girl in 99. Well, I had a girl in 88, a boy in 91, and a girl in 98. Okay, so and a girl in 2000. Sorry, this is also complicated. So like totally parallel, actually, like just the same ages and little two cohorts of kids, whatever. So yeah, she has a young daughter who's a singer, and Layla Tucker is a fine singer. Right. And in some ways a little more traditional country than her mama is the way she sounds here, but that partly has to do with the material, because this is a collection of the songs of Merle Haggard. All right, good idea if you can do it well. And one thing I just sort of like, in my head, I think of Merle Haggard as a singer. Of course, I know that he wrote all his songs, basically, unlike, say, George Jones, for instance, okay? Or Tammy, or whatever. Like, unlike many of the top artists, there's no reason that being a great singer should mean you're also a great songwriter, although it probably gives you practice. You know what I mean? Like, in other words, you're writing songs, so you're singing all the time. But this is just a good way to emphasize how wonderful of a songwriter Merle Haggard was, okay? When did we lose Hag? I meant to look that up. Not too long ago, but it feels like a while as the generation fades. Only Willie maybe remains. What a great writer. And not only reactionary political songs or whatever you're thinking, I mean, or, you know, maybe you're not thinking that at all. But another thing is that transposing it to the voice of a young woman highlights how strong the songs are. As soon as you separate the songs from the voice of Hag, you hear how strong they are. Now, not only that, but well, let me give you an example. These, like I often say when people are covering classic country songs, and there's been a couple of versions of this recently on CRISPR Roots. These are tests. Like, these are if you're gonna sing "Today I Started Loving You Again," let's say, that's a test of you as a country singer. Right? It's easy to fail, man, and it's easy to fail in a way that makes someone go like, "Oh, you shouldn't exist at all." I mean, like, what was the point of fucking that song up? Okay. But I'll tell you what, she can handle it, which is not that surprising considering her pedigree.
Today I started loving you again. I'm right back where I've really always been. I got over you just long enough to let my heart mend. Then today I started loving you again. What a fool I was to think I could get by with only these few million tears I cried. I should have known the worst was yet to come, and the crying time for me had just begun.
Well, I say she handles that beautifully, with little touches that make you go, there's nothing wrong with a Nepo baby if they can really, really fucking sing. All right, and I think she just sounds great. Layla Tucker. I think her mama dated Merle Haggard, like maybe they were lovers. Right? And Layla Tucker met Merle Haggard when she was a girl. All right? In an event that's described on the record. And with the last song, "Hold My Coat." That's the only thing he ever says to her. She's backstage, probably hanging with her mom. Merle Haggard's about to go on stage, and he asks little Layla to hold his coat. Now, I don't know what that... there's different ways to interpret it. She laughs when she introduces it on stage. I guess I saw a video. It might mean... it's an ambiguous thing. It might mean, like... it's ambiguous as he just wanted someone to hold his coat, okay, which is probably an expensive, nice coat while he did a song or two. But, you could interpret it as meaning like, you will carry on my legacy. Here, wear my coat of many colors. Or here, take my goat. Like Johnny Rodriguez stole a goat, maybe. Or like, or I could just mean, or a little bit, it might mean like, here's a bit of an asshole, I don't know, maybe he did my mama wrong. Or maybe not. But the only thing he said to me was, "Hold my coat." Okay. But getting over that, what a songwriter, man. Let's do it. I don't know. It's a funny song, and it's a funny moment. I also gotta say, like, all right, I think this album is a bit of a mystery. It's copyright 22, but it's just put out maybe on a label now, and maybe it was an independent release. I missed it completely, which puzzles me a bit because I try to check out almost all new country releases if I can. But of course, there are independent releases that you never see or whatever, or never cross Apple or whatever. But anyway, it's a re-release from 22, and but at any rate, one thing that's strong on it, I think, is the production, which is full. That was pretty stripped down. Today I Started Loving You Again, which is very appropriate for that song. But I think maybe I'm trying to remember if this is an example of the fuller production that just sounds good and frames her really fine vocals, I think.
Someday when things are good, I'm gonna leave you. I can't seem to go when things are bad. And I'll be one more love that you can dream about, and one more girl that you can say you had. You'll always be the kind to dream of yesterday.
Okay, pretty good cleaned up 60s style production, You're sort of expecting the Jordanaires or something like that on the backup vocals, or even a string section, and she does do stuff like that too, and the lush piano. Mostly though, she just kicks ass singing these songs. And I mean, it's mostly very well-known songs of Merle Haggard, although some of these I kind of forgot, I hadn't heard Rainbow Stew in a long time. Or this one was just, as she sang it, suddenly re-struck me as a total classic, Silver Wings.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight, roaring engines headed somewhere in flight. They're taking you away and leaving me lonely. Silver slowly fading out of sight. Don't leave me, I
Yeah, beautiful, right? Beautiful song and a beautiful rendition of that song. She's a perfect country singer, Layla Tucker. And if, and a kind of a harder core country singer than her mama, that's what I'm saying, who was kind of, I don't know, like she had this feminist kick-ass persona. I love her. I always loved her song "Walking Shoes." I'm gonna put on my walking shoes, and but was not a hardcore, hyper emotive singer. But and fit good like sort of in a Glenn Campbell smoother mode too. She it also was associated with Glenn Campbell romantically, but Layla seems to me like she could, do a tribute to Tammy or something like that in this way, or Amy Lou. But actually, let's get her some original songs and record a new album, because Layla Tucker is a wonderful country singer, and that is CRISPR Roots 33. Layla Tucker, Hold My Coat, and Karen Jonas, The Rise and Fall of American Kitsch. Two high concept items. Peace, yo.